Miss Marvel Episode 5 just dropped on Disney Plus today, and I'm going to be giving my spoiler review on the episode because you can watch it anytime. So this will be a spoiler review of Miss Marvel Episode 5 on Disney Plus. If you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content. Again, spoiler warning for Miss Marvel Episode 5. So I'll quickly recap what happened at the episode. So we have a flashback of Aisha's life back inside British-occupied India in, I believe, 1942. Najma finds her and tries to force her to help them get back to their Noor dimension, but Aisha tries to escape, which leads to the train story of Kamala's great-grandmother, but this time with the twist that Kamala kind of did soft time travel into the past, and it was actually Kamala herself that helped her grandmother find her way back to her great-grandfather for the train, which I thought was a cool twist that I wasn't expecting. I was expecting it to honestly be like a vision of some kind. And then back in present day, there appears to be a rift open still to the Noor dimension, like they called it the Veil, but when one of the clandestines tries to step through, she crystallizes and basically disintegrates. And Najma follows suit, but clearly feeling some sort of regret for what she did to Kamran. And when she steps into the rift, she she says something that basically has the rift give Kamran powers. I'm not really sure how that works, but basically as a result of this, Kamran now has powers that are similar to those that Kamala has. That part was kind of confusing to me, but I didn't think it was detrimental to the story or anything like that. We have a heartfelt family moment between Kamala, her mom, and her grandmother, which was nice to see, especially after her mother finds out that she has powers. And then Kamran goes to Bruno for help, and they seem to become friends before Kamran is found by damage control at the end of the episode. So talking about how I enjoyed this episode, I do actually think this episode was better than the last because I enjoyed the insight into Kamala's family history and the twist that she was actually the one who went back in time and saved her grandmother. I don't really know what it was about the last episode, but I feel like there wasn't really a whole lot to progress the story outside, further from stuff that we didn't already know. Like, the biggest piece of information was that there were multiple dimensions all throughout the Earth, but I also feel like we already kind of knew that from Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and now that there's another dimension being mentioned, I feel like it could have been inferred pretty easily that there are multiple dimensions present on Earth. I do have to say, though, the story behind the clandestines is a little weird to me. Like, they want to go back to their home dimension of Noor so bad, but we have no story knowledge of what this place is like or what their lives were like for them when they lived there. Not to mention that when it seemed like they could go back, the two people who tried just disintegrated it. There's a lot of just weird why are they trying to go back so bad, and why is it that when they tried they just died? I don't know, it's a little weird to me that we don't have more insight as to potentially their struggles as to why they want to go back to their dimension so bad. I understand it's their home and everything, and obviously they want to go back home, but they're trying obnoxiously hard and aggressively to get back there. So it's a little weird for all of this to be happening with little to no insight into what Noor looks like, is, or what it was like for them living there. It also was a little, I don't know, this show is set up a little weird for me in kind of the structure of it, because the clandestines this whole time felt like they were the main villains of the show, which I would still see. I don't know if villain is even the right word. I should say antagonist, but I still think they are the main antagonist of the series, but their plot line seems to be more or less resolved with this episode. There was a feeling of resolution throughout this episode, and the fact that it wasn't the finale, it's kind of like a weird feeling that there's still more to go with damage control and stuff. So I just feel like the way it's structured is a little bit different than what we're used to. Obviously, we'll wait and see what the finale is like with damage control and what they do with that. I also have a feeling that since they said they were looking for two bangles to open the way before in the flashback in, I think, episode 3, now that Kamran has identical powers to Kamala, that maybe he will still be considered the other bangle, quote unquote, so to speak, because he has similar powers to Kamala now, and now that there's two of them, maybe they're two sides of the same coin, and him and Kamala might be able to open up a way to the Noor dimension in the last episode after dealing with damage control. But I do think this episode was better than the last, so we'll definitely see where they go with the finale and what they plan to do with this Noor dimension, if it has any more relevance at all. But comment down below if you enjoyed Miss Marvel Episode 5, and if you enjoyed this video today, feel free to like and subscribe for future Marvel content, and I appreciate you for watching the video.